All right, then. So on the program this morning, we are going to be reflecting a bit on how to chart a course of development for the shipping sector. There's a whole lot that I will be looking at. We're charting a course for sustainable shipping practices in Nigeria. And joining me on the phone line this morning, I have Alhaji Jamilu Mohammed Goma. He is the National Vice President General of the National Shippers Association of Nigeria, and he is also the president of the Niger Shippers Association. Alhaji Goma, it's nice to have you join us. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very, very good. You're welcome to the program. Which part of the country are you located right now?
Right now, I am in Niger State, Mina.
Okay.
Presently in Kano.
Right. Okay, then. So you are the president of the Niger Shippers Association, but you are presently in Kano, right?
Yes.
All right. So the last time we had a conversation with you was May this year, precisely May 3rd. So it's exactly 4 months ago. And I remember that at that time, you gave a rather subdued assessment of the shipping sector in Nigeria, lamenting the high cost of shipping. So between that time and now, Alhaji Goma, has things substantially changed? Or do we have any changes yet?
You see, I don't think if there is any change compared to what we have discussed with you earlier, the cost of shipping. As I earlier mentioned to you, we analyze the cost of shipping compared to what is happening in our neighboring country.
Right.
Because by the time you ship one FCL from Nigeria and you ship one FCL from Cotonou here or from Lomé, all the same product. By the time the product arrive in international market, you find that the other product is less than your own. Why? Because the cost of shipping in Nigeria is almost times 3. And the freight cost compared to other African countries.
Which is very, very unfortunate. But what's responsible for these high costs of shipping services?
See, it contributes a lot of factors. Number one, if you start from the ranging of the port, excessive charges in Nigerian port, duplication of charges in Nigerian port also contribute. And shipping line itself also contributed. For example, when you ship a one container or one FCL shipment abroad in international market, you find that when the freight was being issued to you, that freight, number one, is very high. It's almost times 3 compared to the other African country, apart from paying the freight.
Right.
And later again, you see another payment called environmental fuel charges or subcharges. All this freight, what is meant for when you have paid freight, and this freight that you had paid for the shipping company is meant to fuel their cargo, to pay whatever is due for the government where the vessel has been bet for them to dispatch. So at the end of it, another invoice will be issued, environmental fuel charges. So what is fuel charges is all about? What is the difference with the freight you pay? You know, all this thing is another systematic way of funding money to Nigerian shippers, which is contribute the high cost of doing businesses.
And what is the impact of all of that on the Nigerian economy, Alhaji Goma?
The impact to Nigerian economy, things will becoming more worse to a common man. Because, for example, by the time you import products at the low cost, you are expecting to sell that product also with a little margin cheaper to Nigerians. But by the time you import a product, at the end of it, the high cost of this product, landing cost, expenses added together, custom levy, this and that, this. So when you add all this cost together, you find that the landing cost of this product is very high. So therefore, in selling also, you have to add all your expenses and look for your margin. And all these things, it end up in a common man in the country, and things will becoming more difficult for an ordinary man.
Right. So let's look at all of this now. So is it to say that the government or perhaps the regulatory authorities, is it to say that they're not aware of these high charges?
Well, I cannot tell you the government are not aware, because we are part of, we as an association level as part of the leadership of association, we are working hand to hand with the council because we have a very close relationship with the council. You understand? And time to time, myself, if issue like this come, I meet the council and I advise the council. This is what has happened. Although the council are doing their best to see that at least some of this issue they addressed, but some of the issue it involve higher authority. Is more than what they can handle. Okay. So in that case, I cannot say the government are not trying. At least Shippers Council are doing the little they can do.
All right. But let's talk about, maybe can it be a situation of the presence of so many agencies within our ports? Could that be a factor that is also bringing this high cost of shipping services? Is that a factor?
Yes. See, you see, in every society or country or organizations that want to have a bulgar economy, the steady economy, the system where it works for the benefit of the citizen, there are some certain factors and areas that need to be considered by reducing the tariff, by reducing the taxes, by cutting across so many processes that involve that make the business to be high, because business is the key of these nations. You understand? Because if we have a buoyant economy and good businesses, import, export, that will reduce almost 80% of the gain employment we are looking for. Only 20% that the government can be able to take. But because of the economics are not good, economic are not steady. Today, the fluctuation of price because of higher cost of increasing tariff without consultations to a champion in the system. Sometimes we just heard that the government decided to wake up one day, I increase tariff, I reduce tariff, I do this, which is discouraging. Let me tell you, for the past 8 months, every exporter or importer that export out or import, we are losing serious money.
Why do you say that?
Because of the high cost of doing business, unsteady price, unrealistic revenue collections for we, the shippers in Nigeria. So even most of us have started giving another thought. It's better you do a business or you export in neighboring country where things are much more easier for you than export here in Nigeria.
We'll talk about the reasons why all of this is panning out. But if we put it in perspective, would you say maybe all of this is happening as a result of the fact that the government wants to make money and they are sacrificing the operational modalities that should be in the ports or perhaps sacrificing all of this on the altar of gains alone, profit and revenue? Is that what's happening?
See, let me be realistic to you. That is what is called the rule of engagement and responsibility. Understanding the ethics of the business, procedure, and the process. Most of what is happening today, the people who are in charge of the mandate of the affairs of the shipping, both import and export in Nigeria, they are people who are headed the organizations, ministry, that they are lacking of knowledge and ideas. They don't know because they feel this is politics. Somebody who doesn't even know what is all about shipping, or what is all about export, what is export entitled, what should I do for exporters? What did exporter needed? If I'm increasing the tariff, the revenue, what is the process of increasing this? How can I carry the stakeholder alone to understand the impact and the negative side of it? Most of these people that are in the government positions, they don't understand and they don't know. They are there either to make money or they are there by chance, because they have contributed in one way or the another in the politics that bring the government into power. But in the issue of trade, that is completely different. Other sector, other ministry, that can happen. But anything that has to do with the trade, import, export, it has to be handled with caution and carefully by even engaging the shippers members in the leadership of the government. By allowing the people that contribute to the economy of this nation to be part of this leadership, to even be the front braid of any organization that has to be in the trade, so that they can advise the government properly. They can also always bring away modality channels where shipment can be free movement, because the more import come, the more export go out, more than import, the more government make money.
Right.
So the policy of the government has to concentrate where the exporter will be supported, where will be encouraging. For example, the government have what is called EEG, Export Expansion Grant, to support the exporters.
Okay.
So that to encourage them, so that all these little losses we are talking about, this is where they can augment support.
And are you guys are you accessing that fund as it is right now?
But at it is now, the fund will be there 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, accumulation. Nobody pay, which is not encouraging. If you look at other development society, government doesn't need to pound those money if you want to export the exporter. Supposed to be at the point of repatriations.
Right.
When the USD come, government should add the subsidy that they want to give to you at the point of conversion, whether it's 2 naira, 3 naira, 4 naira, directly with the CBN, which would be very easier for the government to do than accumulating such kind of fund.
Right.
Instead of looking at it at encouragement, it's discouragement.
Which is very unfortunate. All right, Alhaji Goma, just give me 1 second. This is Maritime Today on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning, we are charting a course for sustainable shipping practices in Nigeria, and the records, or perhaps the assessment that we're getting from the National Shippers Association of Nigeria is not very, very encouraging. I have on the phone line this morning Alhaji Jamilu Mohammed Goma. He is the national president, vice president general of that particular association, and also he is the president of the Niger Shippers Association. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we'll talk about the objectives of the National Shippers Association of Nigeria and what does shipping services look like in Niger State, where he also superintends as the president of the Shippers Association. All that and much more. Plus, we'll also be hearing from you too, and that will be on 08099120777. A brief break. We'll be back.
From A to B, from north to south, from east to west, from port to port. You can ship your goods and feel good too. Oh yeah, Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Maritime Today is the program. And of course, I see here with me Alhaji Jamilu Mohammed Goma. He is the National Vice President General of the National Shippers Association of Nigeria. And we're dwelling on how to chart a course of development for the shipping sector. And I have on the phone line this morning, that's Sadiq. Sadiq,
hello, good morning.
Sadiq, talk to me. Live motorbike reporter.
Yes, I'm reporting live from Baja in West Secretariat. And let me quickly bring you up to speed concerning the latest updates about the impediment at the Baja here in West Secretariat.
Right.
Although it's not more news that the truck has been recovered from the road, while we still have the content very much on the road that has also narrowed down our vehicular flow to 2 lanes. But right now, as I speak, through a joint effort by traffic manager and men of the content are being taken one after the other on the road as I speak. There's 4 things here carrying the content because they are heavy ones, so they are taking them out of the road. So in no time, the road will be open fully for vehicular flow. So that is the update for now.
All right, thank you so much. Sadiq Yusuf is a live motorbike reporter, and he's at the scene where we had that spilled content on the road, and he's working on it right now. We'll give you more updates from that corridor. Alhaji Jamilu Goma, let's return to the conversation. So, the National Shippers Association of Nigeria, what has been the position of that body ever since we've been having these increasing costs that's affecting shippers?
You see, the National Shippers Association of Nigeria is a body that holds a responsibility of coordinating and collating all the affairs regarding to the Nigerian shippers. Means whatever affect any shipper in the country affect all. We are organized body that we comes together to see that we support one another. We also advise the government on the right way of doing business because we are doing this business in the practical, not theory. So we understand every difficulty, every situations that Nigerian shippers are facing. So therefore, sometimes we advise the government through Nigerian Shippers Council what to do, what not to be do. So it's left to the government to accept or not to accept. These are one of the key core responsibility of the National Shippers Association, and to ensure we protect every right of our member or our Nigerian shippers, irrespective of which region you come from.
Let's talk
and
about
number two, to ensure that the excessive charges, demurrage, detentions, when it happens to a shipper because of one reason or the another, we contacted Nigerian Shippers Council collectively to see that a reasonable amount of money has been wiped out for Nigerian shippers, which we've been doing that.
Okay. So let's talk about your region now. Niger is where you superintend as a president. How are shipping services there?
You see, like Niger State in particular, a shipping activities in Niger State is very, very good. Why? Because we have a vibrant governor. We have the governor that is one time a member of Maritime, a governor that understands what is all about shipping, and is our member also, members of the Shippers Association those days. So he has a vast knowledge, ideas on what is all about shipping, and he understands. As I'm speaking to you now, thousands of hectares has been mapped out in Niger State by the governor to create an industrial hub, to create agricultural processing zone, where he's inviting a lot of investors, not only from Nigeria, from outside the country. Come and have a free land with the CFO. Come and invest, where a large amount of hectare land has been impounded, where the containers has been pounded there for the operation. Even all the containers around the Niger State, not only in the Niger State, in the whole northern Nigeria, we have a facility that we can receive it in Niger State.
Wow. Anyway.
And we can store it there. From there, we can even assess the services of any of the shipping line, because you can get the container over there to move it anywhere you want to move to export. Instead of most of the container has been carried back to Lagos. And to make it very easy, he's working very hard to take over Barrow Port by himself, by putting a railway channels
that will lead to Barrow Port.
That lead to Barrow Port, so that most of these batch operation activities can come back fully. Small batch, small boat, small ship can come and can export. You can export your product directly from the Niger, so that it can reduce a pressure to Apapa Port.
Which is very good. All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. If you want to join the conversation, feel free to do so. And that's on 08099120777. Or you can put a voice call on 091 08053877127. Some messages are coming in here for you, Alhaji. This one says, "Good morning, Traffic Radio. Is sustainable shipping services something only big companies can do, or can small Nigerian shippers also be part of it?" Boyega is sending that one in from Ikurudu. Another message here says, "Sir, how is NASAN helping shippers understand the importance of protecting the environment while doing business?" Thanks, Collins. All right, Collins, thank you so much. So, how are you guys doing that? The National Association of the National Shippers Association of Nigeria. How are you guys trying to probably educate your members to let them know that while doing their own business, there is a need for them to protect the environment too?
So the question number one, how is the small SME people can partake in the shipping activities or can export or import?
Yes.
You see, shipping is involved a lot of money. Before you qualify to be a shipper, it's not a small amount of money business. At least it's
capital
a business
intensive.
that require capital intensive and large amount of money for you to export one FCL. It requires at least almost 50 million naira. Depends on what you are exporting out. So now, like myself, I am in partnership with Nigerian Export Promotion Council on the Trade House program. I'm in charge of North Africa, and I'm a trade promoter with the partnership with NEPC in the whole North Africa.
Good.
When we look at the idea of this program is the idea of supporting SME people and less privileged people who want to grow and take the channel of export, but they don't have the way or the means. So what I intend to do on my own, after we have our own trade house that we have been managing, we are renting in Egypt, we also develop a local trade house here in Kano, only for SME people. We build it on our own that we can receive cargo from it. And we also come with the program, what is called a consortium, Exporters and Shippers Consortium. The idea behind this consortium is the idea to help small people, because there is a lot of people in Nigeria that you find that some of us has a common knowledge, common belief, common ideas, methodology, system, process, logistics, and small amount of money.
All right,
but
so quickly,
they cannot stand on their own. So we merge them together. Somebody who has 100,000, 1 million, 2 million, so that they can be able to export one FCL, one container on their own as a group shippers. At the end of the returns, they share the profit together. After we mentor them for at least 1 year, by the time they stand on their own, they can be able to do one FCL on their own. Then we can allow them to be partaking.
Okay, then. So let's begin to wind this to the end now, even though there are lots of messages that are coming in here for you. This one says, "Good morning. How do we stop foreign ships from dumping their waste in Nigerian waters?" Deborah is sending that one. And Deborah, thank you so much. This one says, "Alhaji, it says, if Nigeria ignores sustainable shipping, what kind of trouble are we inviting in the future?" Sheon Ibrahim is sending that one in. But I'm sure we do not really have time to answer all these questions. But as we delve to the end of the program right now, Alhaji, what's the future looking like? With all these tariffs, I'm hearing that even those who are in the importing end too are having to contend with the free on board tax as well. So what would be your advice to the government for us to make things better for shipping services in Nigeria? Quickly.
You see, the government wake up one day looking at one side and increase the tariff without looking at the implications. But by the time the stakeholder like us write to the government, call their attention, see the implications of what the policy that they have made, I am sure they will reason and they will amend. This is not today that it started happening. So many taxes has been increased. By the time we complain to the government and they see it's not working, they reverse the decisions immediately, which I'm sure even this they will do that.
All right, then we'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having you all the time joining us. Alhaji Goma, thank you so much for connecting with us on the program this morning.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I remain the National Vice President And I came from Niger State, hail from Kontagora, local government of Niger State.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, then.
I'm happy to be with you.
Okay, then. It's nice having you on the program. So we've been trying to chart a course of sustainable shipping practices in Nigeria, and taking us on this excursion this morning is Alhaji Jamilu Mohammed Goma, who is the National Vice President General of the National Shippers Association of Nigeria. He is also the President of the Niger Shippers Association. We have to go. The program this morning has been produced by Taiwo Barua. Maximum shout out going out to Dayo Anthony. I also want to appreciate Rebecca Damo, who's Assistant Director, Public Relations for the Nigerian Shippers Council. Remy Aloko is of our social media unit. I do appreciate you. And our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a splendid day. Bye.
From A to B, from A to B, from north to south, from north to south, from east to west, from east to west, from port to port, from port to port. You can ship your goods and feel good too. Oh yeah, Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here. From Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial *900# on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win. This promo lasts till the 21st of September. Recharge